Today I want to talk about whether or not you should consider having multiple YouTube channels. Not just YouTube, if you're on Instagram or TikTok, then having multiple accounts. But in my case, most of my content is on YouTube. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I have a bit of a problem keeping my brain focused on a particular idea or a particular topic. And when I'm mulling stuff over in the evening, my brain goes into overdrive. I start getting inspired by all sorts of different things. And by the end of the night, I'm normally thinking, oh, I could start a new YouTube channel for that. And I've got to put the brakes on somewhere. But what I wanted to talk about today was just whether or not you should only focus on one YouTube channel and divert all your energy there, or whether it can be healthy, whether it can be beneficial to create multiple different channels to separate out your topics. So I've had multiple YouTube channels for quite some time now, and I've been looking at some of the advice that the experts are giving around having 2 or more YouTube channels, and most of the advice seems to be negative. So, you know, saying if you have 2 or more YouTube channels, then you're dividing your focus, you're dividing your attention, you're dividing all your resources, and that's going to be at the detriment of all your YouTube channels, and you should just focus on one channel consistently making content for that. So I don't think that's bad advice per se. I think that does apply to quite a few people. But I think it does depend largely on where you are in your YouTube journey, where you are in your creator journey. So if you already have a channel, you have an established audience, and maybe you're looking to go to the next level. So you're looking to maybe turn your YouTube channel into an actual business, into a full-time job. Then I think I would agree more that you should focus all your attention on just that one channel, because trying to go from a YouTube channel to a business is incredibly time consuming. It's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take a lot of attention, and dividing up all your resources amongst multiple channels isn't going to help. So from that perspective, I kind of agree with the advice that says stick to one channel. But I do think this is different for smaller creators, especially people just starting out. I don't think there's so much downside to having multiple channels. In fact, I think there can be more positives than negatives. So a lot of people who are just starting out in content creation may not have figured out exactly what they want to be focusing on. They might have multiple different passions, they might have different things they want to talk about. And one of the most important things for growing as a YouTuber is not only making videos or making content about things that your audience will resonate with and engage with, but also something that you will actually enjoy making, that you're passionate about. And sometimes right at the beginning, that's not too clear. So sometimes you want to be making different videos in different styles and topics and just kind of throwing it out there and seeing what sticks. Not only what sticks with your audience, but what sticks with you as a creator. Do you enjoy making this type of content? So I've seen a lot of new creators in this kind of realm where they've got multiple things they're passionate about, multiple things they want to talk about. And one of the big mistakes I see them making is they just start dumping all these videos on the same channel. And I think that's worse than having multiple channels. So when you start thinking about what YouTube wants is for viewers to be getting the right kind of videos that they want to watch, that they will enjoy. That keeps them on the platform for longer, that increases YouTube's revenue. That's all YouTube wants. So forget the 100 videos you've seen pop up about the YouTube algorithm and how complicated it is and how you can hack the system and hack the algorithm and blah, blah, blah. The algorithm is actually really quite simple. It's just trying to put the right content in front of the right audience. So what you need to do as a creator with your YouTube channel is help the YouTube algorithm understand who your audience is and who to best target your videos to. That's how YouTube channels grow. So if you start posting your cooking videos and you upload a cooking video once a week for a couple of months, YouTube's going to get a good idea about the type of content that you create, and it's going to connect you with an audience of people that want to watch cooking videos. So if you suddenly wake up one night and have a bright spark that you want to start making power tool review videos, and you make a video reviewing the latest electric drill and upload that to the same channel, YouTube's going to test that video with your existing audience, which are people that have tuned in to watch your cooking videos. So they're going to show no interest in that video at all. And over time, if you start mixing your content up so much like that, YouTube's not going to have any idea where to start in terms of matching your content with the right audience. So keeping a YouTube channel on a specific topic is super important if you ever wanted to grow at all. I think the worst thing you can do is to actually mix all that content up on the same channel. But that's not to say that you shouldn't be making content in different topics for different audiences, just split them out onto different channels. So there's a few reasons I think people get into the position of thinking about having a second channel or more. So the first one, as we've said, if you've got multiple different interests, you've got different passions, you're not sure which of these passions you really want to spend your, all your waking hours making content for, they both give you that sort of that enthusiasm. So I would say, especially as a beginner, go for it. Make all the content that you want for different topics, for different niches, different audiences. Just make sure you split them out onto different channels so you don't confuse YouTube and you start building up small little audiences. Now, over time in the future, of course, you're going to start to realize what you're more passionate about, what you want to make more videos about. Maybe one or two of those channels that you start, you'll just leave to die forever, and then you'll just hone your focus in on one particular channel. And that's okay too. I think when people start and they take in all the advice, and the advice is be consistent and niche, stay on a particular topic, stay in your lane. And yes, technically that could give you faster growth, but as a beginner in the content creation space, that can actually stall you because you're not getting the freedom to explore your creativity and figure out what you want to do because you're just trying to handcuff yourself to this one particular topic. The other side of that is, as a new creator, the only way you're going to get better at making videos is to make videos. So everything from camera presence to figuring out your lighting to all the different things that make up making a high quality video, you learn over time and you learn over repetition. So if you're sticking to a particular topic where you feel you can only get sort of one video out every week or two because you're struggling to stay within that lane, then if you just make whatever you want to make and run 4 or 5 YouTube channels if you want, you're making more videos, you're getting more experience, you're getting more practice, you're getting more comfortable on camera. All of those things are going to benefit you in the long run. So other reasons why you might want to start a second channel is having a sort of behind the scenes channel. So I've seen this with a lot of creators. Once they get reasonably big and they have an audience talking about a particular topic, in growing that audience, in growing that channel, they've developed a passion for the whole process itself, the whole sort of video production, the cameras, the lighting and all that, the studio, maybe their daily process, how they come up with ideas. And they kind of want to share that, but they can't share that on the channel, on the main channel they're running, because that's not the content that the audience signed up for. So they start a second channel, which their devout fans on their main channel might hop over to look at, and they build a second audience who are interested in that kind of topic. The only thing I'd say when you're looking at the reasons why you want to have a second or third YouTube channel where you shouldn't consider it is if you're trying to do it to increase your growth and increase your income by having multiple different channels, because that's not how it works. A lot of people think, well, if I can get monetized off one channel and get an income off that, why don't I just monetize 3? And that's where the advice coming in from a lot of the experts actually is true. Because if that's your reason for wanting multiple channels, then all you're doing is splitting up all your time and resources 3 ways. Whereas if you invested all of that time and resource into one channel, then your likelihood to grow and earn a better income off that is significantly better. But I'm talking more about people who are significantly behind that, who are starting out, who are brand new, or who just haven't figured out the direction yet. And I think having multiple channels, playing around, experimenting, throwing stuff out there, certainly a lot better than trying to do it all on one channel. And you can kind of see what works, what doesn't, you can see what you enjoy, and eventually you can make a choice to, focus just on 1 or 2 different channels. And that's kind of where I am right now. I guess my video editing channel is what I see as my main focus going forward. I really want to grow that. I can see some business opportunities in the future for how I could start monetizing that, particularly through affiliate marketing and for sort of maybe selling my own digital products. And I don't mean a course by that. I mean sort of things like plugins and presets. And then I'm going to continue with this channel, which is a bit more of my more free creative channel where I can do more sort of off the cuff videos. And then I still maintain my camping channel, but at this point my camping channel, because the only time I can make videos for it is when I take the weekend and go off camping, that's becoming more of I'm just going to keep that as a hobby channel. That's just a labor of love, and I don't think that's a bad thing. So just to go over some of the benefits of starting multiple channels, things that I believe can be really positive, I think you'll get less stuck. I think one thing that new creators, I've had it myself, I still get it, is sometimes you're just sitting there and you just can't get a good idea for a video, you don't know where you're going, and a lot of that can be because you're just too tied to a particular topic. You have to make a video around a certain style, a certain topic to a certain audience, and creatively, that, you know, when you're forced to do that, that you can get stuck, you can get sort of writer's block if you like. And I think having multiple avenues of creativity, multiple things you can create, just means you can create what you want when you want. And that, for me anyway, that's sort of, it unblocks me. It allows me to get all that stuff out, and then the ideas for my topic-based channels, like my video editing channel, they sort of come a little bit freer because I'm in more of a creative space. Reason number two, I think this is a really positive thing to have multiple channels, is that the more content that you create, the more you're going to accelerate your learning. So for every video you create, you're learning more about how your camera works, your lighting, you're learning more on camera skills. And the more videos you make, the better you get at it. So if having multiple channels means you make more videos, then that's a good thing. You're going to get where you want to go a lot faster. So I think that sums up what I think about having multiple YouTube channels. I think the advice out there, specifically the advice that says it's a bad idea, stick to one particular channel, focus all your energies there. Yes, it's valid, but I think for people just starting out, I think there's nothing wrong with just having multiple channels and allowing yourself to be free with your creativity and just throw stuff out there. Throw stuff out there, see what sticks, see what your audience likes, see what you like, and also discover your audience. There's a lot of people making content who haven't figured out who their audience is yet. They know stuff they're interested in, but they struggle talking about it because they can't sort of visualize the audience they're talking to. And if you just get in the habit of just throwing all the stuff you can out onto multiple channels, you'll figure that out. You'll not only see from the feedback you're getting off YouTube, for example, but also for yourself to discover what type of content really resonates with you as a creator, what you really want to make. And it doesn't matter if you start multiple channels and then let some of them die in the future. The whole idea is to use it as a starting point to start getting your content out there. And then as you figure out what's working, you can refine that. You can leave some channels to die if you want. You can just focus on one channel if you really figured it out. At the beginning, I think it's really important, experiment as much as you can. Let your creativity run wild, experiment. Do different styles of videos, do vlogs, do tutorials, do whatever you feel you want to make in the moment. And the only bit of advice I would say is don't put all that in one basket in one YouTube channel, because that really will like obliterate any chance you got of any growth. So if you're going to do it and just do multiple channels and see what works and then go with it. That's my take on running multiple channels. If yours is different or if you've got any questions, then leave a comment on this video. I do try and reply to everything I can. And hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video, and consider subscribing to see more content like this. Until the next time. Push it to the limit, I can't go